Hello. Don't know if anybody's going to be watching this while I'm on here. It's not going to be long. Quick thing about perception that I'm supposed to be sharing again. Um, People say that everybody sees the world differently. There's different levels of this. Um, this specific message about perception is about the level of awareness and interpretation abilities that people have when seeing or witnessing things or becoming aware of things going on around them. When when you have something that resonates with you as a truth, when you hear it, um, it's not the same experience as when something resonates as a truth or a divine truth through the actual experience of that thing. So, whenever I said, you know, a year and a half ago, when I experienced my bleeding out thing in the hospital, before that experience, when I said, we are all one, I had a specific perspective of what that meant, and I knew that it resonated as a truth from hearing it. After that experience, which was why I actually started the blog, part of the reason, I knew it to be different through a level of experiencing oneness within the energetic connection of my vessel and what we call space. Now, if I talk about oneness through the experiences that I've had, I can elaborate on the connection between me and other people, that I can see things that have happened to them, visions that have happened to them, that I can communicate telepathically with an outside source beyond what we are capable of comprehending. I understand the oneness in a way that even if I do not agree with somebody's actions, I cannot judge them or hate them or anything like that, because it's not the person that we hate, it's the action, right? And then there comes compassion through understanding that we all function at a level that we are able to with the tools that we have. We do the best we can with the tools that we have, and if we are traumatized and in pain, well, then we don't really have the greatest tools, now do we? This is why we have to heal. So when you have a truth that resonates through knowing and a truth that resonates through experience, your perception of this said truth will change as well. And now this is the part that I'm supposed to be putting out there. Like this is the important part here. That was just to kind of explain some things. The level of perception that people can have, the way it can shift is level of awareness, but also a matter of an open mind and having the ability to put their pride away. Pride is not a good thing to have. They have to be able to put their pride aside and their personal views and their personal opinions and their personal feely fields to acknowledge when there's other things going on that don't fit with the truth that resonated with them. So what's about to happen is people are not going to resonate with the truth that they are going to experience. This is going to cause not only division of the people more, it's going to cause a division in consciousness of the people. It's going to basically split their consciousness. All right? The split consciousness results in anger, rage, pain, emotional eruptions, violence, mental illness, suicide, murder. That's all split consciousness behavior. So when a truth comes in, that is an experienced truth, which means it cannot be called a lie. It is an experienced truth that a lot of people will be experiencing. They cannot deny it. It cannot be denied. When a truth is experienced from the divine, through whichever way it may be, whether you perceive it as a good or a bad truth, that's not the point. When a truth is experienced that does not resonate with a knowing or a feeling that we once had, and that truth comes in, and if this is a truth, a painful truth, a hard to swallow kind of pill truth, it's going to cause a split in consciousness. It's going to cause a divide, a bigger divide. So when shit hits the fan, keep in mind that people are not all going to be able to shift their perception. They don't have the tools to do it. They don't have the tools to do it. They don't have the level of awareness and understanding or understanding of how to shift their perception and acknowledge and take accountability and, accept things, go within, change the things, yada, yada, yada. All right. Even if their intentions are not to harm themselves or others, many will cause harm to themselves or others or others. That's what's been happening all year long. It's going to keep happening. So when shit hits the fan, instead of pointing fingers and telling people, and it's going to be hard to not say I told you so it's going to be really hard not to do that. But that's going to make the division bigger. So we need to refrain from that. Man, y'all give me a headache. Not you guys. So yeah, it's just when shit hits the fan, keep that level of awareness that people are not going to be able to cope or comprehend this experience of a truth because it's going to clash with their reality in a really, really big way. And now for the people who have already experienced something like this and who know what it feels like mentally and physically and emotionally to feel like you are not living in the real world, and it came to you through a near-death experience or just, trauma, depression, whatever illness maybe, whatever it was that brought you to that point, and it was just one thing. It was one major thing that happened to you to bring you to that point where you're like, oh shit, this is not what I thought it was. I'm not what I thought I was. Life is not what I thought it was, right? And then we had time to adjust. We had time to figure it out. We had time to become aware of the synchronicities and the signs and all of these things, right? So we all had this time to work through things and cope and learn how to heal and raise our level of awareness to be able to shift our perception, to be able to push away pride and ego and all of that stuff and just allow things to flow in a natural state, right? Now, what's about to happen, time's fluid, so mind you, this could be in 2 days, this could be in a week, this could be in December. The things that are about to unfold, people are not going to have the time to do what a lot of us were able to do. They're not going to be able to just work through things in the way that we did. We had time to do that. We had all the way up until 2020 to figure a lot of shit out, right? And most of us have figured shit out in 2020 because it's the year of figuring shit out for what's to come. So when shit hits the fan and it splits the consciousnesses of the people some more, we have to be steadfast in our belief and we have to maintain our level of awareness and try to help other people through the experience without trying to push our help on them. We have to allow them space to try to figure it out on their own. We cannot try to force people. We cannot try to save people. We can't save everyone. And that's not our job. All right? We're not here to save everybody. We're here to help those who want to be helped. We have a choice. Everybody has a choice. The actions of the people will be that of an antichrist or the antichrist, or they will be the actions of somebody who is working on becoming like Christ. That is a choice we have to make. I said that in the very first live I did. Well, we've had these choices all along, but it's reaching that point now where we're about to really see who made what choice. And if you chose the path of healing and love, and somebody you love did not, don't chase them. That's not what we're here for. We're not here to chase people. We're here to set an example, and they will follow. It's their choice. It's their free will. And if we try to shift other people's perception for them and try to make them experience the truth in a way that does not resonate with whatever they had or have in mind, it's going to cause stress on you. It's going to mess up your energies. It's going to fuck with your emotions and your mental state. And we don't need that. It's really important that we keep focusing on ourselves and not trying to save everybody else, because it's a choice. It's a choice to allow oneself to perceive and accept a truth for what it is. And the people who are not going to be able to do that, who are going to keep pointing fingers, going back and forth, instead of just paying attention and seeing this is really happening, this shit's real, this is going to affect everybody in some kind of way. If they can't do that, it's not our job to try to shift their perception for them, because they're not going to be able to do it. They don't have the tools. Right? We have to have certain tools to build certain things, right? You can't build a shed without screws and wall stuff, and, you need all these tools. And if they don't have the tools, they can't build the shed. So, don't try to shift other people's perception. Don't try to push the beliefs on them. Don't try to force them to do some weird thing. Don't tell them that their experiences are, who knows what. If somebody does choose to figure things out for themselves, don't try to force your path onto them. Just because, starting off with maybe meditation, maybe that was your way in, could have been meditation. Somebody else's way in could be binaural beats. Somebody else's way in could be astrology. Somebody else's way in could be Wiccan, Buddhism, Christianity. It don't matter. As long as they are looking for answers that go beyond humanity, they will end up receiving those answers that they are looking for. Eventually, they will start to pick things up. They will have a new level of awareness to shift their perception, but we can't force it on them. And they're not going to have the time that we did to work through things and figure things out and start to get the messages. So it's going to be a lot harder for them. And we're going to have to practice what we've been preaching. So, I think that's all they wanted me to say. Yep. Don't try to save everybody. Don't try to force your perception on them. And have compassion. Because we all do the best we can with the tools we have. And if the truth that resonates comes clashing really, really badly with a truth that we are forced to experience, right? We're forced to experience these things at this point. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot of people in a lot of different kind of ways, because everybody's going to see it differently. We can all go to the movies right now and we can watch the exact same movie. Every single person is going to interpret it different. And nobody's going to be right or wrong, because it was the same movie. It's just a matter of perception, awareness, and the ability to interpret or decode certain messages within that movie. So, yeah. It is what it is. No fear. It's one of the big ones, right? No fear. Pay attention to your intentions and the intentions of others. And if somebody's intentions are to harm, don't be a part of it. Walk away. Set your healthy boundaries. Speak your truth without being a dick. Practice the art of shutting the fuck up. That's really important, guys. Seriously. And I talk a lot. I talk a whole bunch, right? But a lot of it's channeled messages. So it's just like y'all don't even know the physical sensations that come with this sometimes. Like it's been to the point where I got so dizzy I couldn't drive. It's getting better. But the floatiness and all that and the headaches and all that, it's a real thing. And those of you who do this, you have your own physical type of sensations. And I've noticed a lot of people seem to have headaches. So, I mean, it would make sense. So it's not like we just sit here rambling all day long. There's actually messages coming from a higher source. And a lot of people, these things, you know, that they perceive as gifts, I don't perceive them as gifts. I perceive them as what we are. These are not things that are given to us. These are things that we are, and we just forgot. We just forgot, that's all. So when we start to remember these gifts, they will amplify, they will get stronger. And if our level of awareness does not match the strength of the abilities, that can also cause a split in consciousness, resulting in mental disorders, or what looks like a mental disorder. The human body can only handle so much of it. And there are people who are very, very strong mediums who are channeling from very strong energies, and because they have not worked through enough trauma to release enough energy, dense energy within the body, it kind of breaks their brain a little, is how I put it, in the sense that it's too much and it's overwhelming, and they start to get too much information and they don't really know how to process it and how to translate it properly, so they come off as crazy, or they might get or seem like they are dangerous. And you know, disease is a man-made manifestation. It's a creation. We created it. So I guess be on the lookout for an increase in mental illness. All right, so yeah, perception. Don't try to shift nobody else's perception. Everybody perceives the way they do at the level of awareness that they have and the ability to interpret or understand or decode. It's individually different for everyone, and we have to accept that. We have to be prepared to let go. And that goes in levels, layers, and dimensions, because I just had like multiple images flying through my head at once. Let go of people, places, things, memories, plans, experiences, of self, to an extent. Fun stuff, guys, fun stuff. Yeah, that's it, right? It's only going to be as bad as you perceive it to be, or good as you perceive it to be. If you saw 2020 as a hellhole, then it's going to continue to be one. If you saw 2020 as a chance to figure some shit out and go within and heal and, you know, work on your spiritual house and your physical house and your emotional house, mental house, all that stuff, right? You were working on your houses. It won't be so bad, because you will know how to go with the flow, how to accept things, how to have your boundaries set up. You will understand the lessons and the experiences. You will see them within the things happening where there is a lesson to be learned. Instead of, you know, judging other people's actions, you'll see, okay, I see where this serves this, this, and this, right? Like all year long, people have been screaming and hollering and hooting and throwing things and burning things down, going, we want our rights. We want our rights. They're taking our rights away, whether it be over color or masks or anything, isolation, quarantines, whatever. People have been upset about that. which is fine, right? We have our rights. We have a right to be upset about, feeling like it's being taken away. But now everybody's pissed off about the Biden Trump stuff, and the laptop and all that stuff. The lesson within the experience of this laptop thing is to show us on one level, and this is the one that they want me to point out, when Twitter and whatever the other one was it Facebook? I don't even know. When they censored New York Post, that's your rights being taken away. That's what that was showing. That was showing how the social media is influencing the information that is coming out there to influence the people to cause a bigger divide. If the people are divided, the government has, the ability to come in and go, oh, well, we have to do this and this and this and this and this. And then they can take more rights away. And then they can manipulate the people even more and put them in a deeper state of fear to keep control. And people are falling for it left and right. The thing that the people in power fear the most is us. Because we understand unity. We've seen the outcome. We just got to get through hell on earth. It ain't gonna be that bad. We've had worse. Trust and believe. So there's that. Yeah. Shit hits the fan. Everybody's perception will have to shift in some sort of way, but for many, it will be very hard. It'll be really hard. And then these emotions and fears and whatever comes up, they're going to externalize it. So, set your intentions. Set your intentions for what's to come. We're magic. God is magic. Science is magic. The Bible is magic. Believe it or not, a lot of magic in there. Multiple levels, layers, and dimensions. Alright, I'm gonna go do mom stuff. My kids are still asleep. I had to wake up my daughter to get her to kindergarten late. They were up late last night because I had friends over, we're playing games and stuff. So yeah, so focus on you, go within, do your healing, do your shadow work. Allow people the time and space that they need to cope, to figure things out, to research, to ask their questions. And if they do come to you for help, be there for them. Be there for them in the way that they need you to be there, not in the way that you think you have to be there. Because again, that comes with a level of awareness and perception. And for the ones who, we're already doing this, hi, I can't see who's there. We're going to know how they need our help. A lot of us are going to be able to sense it, how they need our help. For those who are not aware of discerning energies, your own from others, you might have to ask them, how can I help you? But don't try to force your perception onto people, because shit's going to hit the fan, and when it does, it's going to be really hard for a lot of people to understand, to comprehend, and to cope. So, I'm going to get off here. I just wanted to share that. Keep your perception. Or shift it. But it's going to be really important for how you... I heard my kid. One of my kids is up. But yeah, it's going to be really important for how you get through this time coming. So, and it's all good. There's a whole bunch of us out here doing this stuff, helping other people figure it out. And we're all sharing our journeys and documenting it because not any one of us knew what the hell was going to come of it, right? At some point, we were all guided to start sharing stuff, and I don't think any one of us was aware at that point of what all we would learn or experience or see or, interpret. It's a scavenger hunt. It's really fun. But in the beginning, it's really, really scary. Because truths that once resonated are going to be pulled away. And that's a really hard thing for humans, the vessel, to work through. So go within, focus on yourself, focus on healing your inner child, your trauma, your pain. Don't look at other people and what they did to you, because it doesn't matter. It does not matter what was done to you. The only thing that matters, the only thing it comes down to, is what are you doing about it? Internally, not externally. Because the way you view the world is a direct reflection or projection of how you view yourself. So, focus on loving yourself so that you can love the world, despite what's going on. That's how we save humanity. Which, the timeline's catching up. We already did. That's why there's no fear, because everything has already happened. It's just that we have time on this level, and it has to catch up. And a lot of us have already seen the outcome, because we don't perceive time the same way. A lot of other people still do. But everybody will see, and everybody will get the same messages, and everybody will have their experiences that give the same lessons and messages, just, with their own personal twist and storyline and everything, and everybody's going to perceive and interpret and translate and explain in their own way, and it will resonate with a specific group of people for them, and that's how we spread it, the light, so to say. And yeah, nothing's that complicated. There are no outside sources capturing people, blah blah blah. Like, it was all humanity. Humans did all this shit. Now we gotta deal with it, fix it, let things unfold, and manifest the best case scenario, which again is also a matter of perception. If you perceive from a negative place, you will manifest from a negative place. We don't want that. We want to manifest from a place of love and joy and inner peace, so that becomes externalized. All right, I'm gonna go now. Have a good one. Love you guys.